comes a moment in your life, so precise, so impossibly timed, that it shakes you. A name you haven't spoken in years suddenly appears in your mind. And hours later, that person calls you. You're thinking about making a difficult decision, and then you overhear a stranger say exactly what you needed to hear. A book falls from the shelf, landing open on a passage that speaks directly to your soul. Coincidence? Or something far more mysterious? Carl Jung called it synchronicity, the secret rhythm beneath reality, the language of the unseen. He believed that what we call coincidences are actually echoes from the unconscious, messages guiding us toward our destiny. But most people never see the signs, not because they don't exist, but because they've forgotten how to listen. Think back to a time when life seemed to orchestrate itself for you. Maybe you were about to give up on something, a dream, a relationship, a goal, and just then you stumbled upon an article, a video, or a conversation that spoke directly to your situation. Maybe you were searching for answers, and out of nowhere, the right person entered your life. Someone who unknowingly gave you the exact push you needed. Was it mere chance, or was something aligning itself beneath the surface of reality? Carl Jung said, "The least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it." We are taught to chase the great things, success, logic, control, while dismissing the small, meaningful whispers of fate. But here's what you must understand. Synchronicities are not random. They are messages. They are the unconscious mind reaching out, breaking through the veil of the ordinary to guide you. Jung discovered that these moments often intensify when you are at a major crossroads. The more uncertain you feel, the more reality starts to reflect back hidden answers. Have you ever been lost in thought, doubting yourself, when suddenly a song played with lyrics that spoke directly to your soul? Have you ever opened a book to a completely random page, only to find words that felt like they were written just for you? Have you ever met someone who changed your life at precisely the right moment, only to disappear, as if they were placed there for that purpose alone? This is not magic. This is not accident. This is the hidden architecture of your own mind reflected back at you. Because here is the terrifying, beautiful truth. We do not see things as they are. We see them as we are. The world does not simply happen to you. It responds to you. It moves with you. And the moment you start paying attention, everything changes. Have you ever experienced this? Tell me in the comments, because your story might be someone else's sign. But if synchronicity is real, then why do certain patterns seem to repeat? Why do some people feel stuck in the same loops of fate? What if the universe isn't just guiding you, but testing you? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next will challenge everything you believe about destiny. If synchronicities are messages, then why do some of us keep seeing the same signs over and over again? Why do certain numbers, symbols, or faces keep returning, like echoes from a dream we cannot wake from? Why do we keep attracting the same kind of love, the same struggles, the same crossroads, as if life were a loop we cannot escape? Jung gives us the answer, one that is difficult, yet necessary to accept. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Fate is not something that happens to you. It is something you are creating, whether you realize it or not. Most people drift through life thinking they are victims of chance, wondering why the same misfortunes befall them, why the same wounds refuse to heal. But life is not repeating itself. You are. Your deepest fears, your hidden desires, your unresolved wounds, everything you suppress does not disappear. It manifests. It plays out in your reality, disguised as coincidence, waiting for you to notice. Have you ever met someone who always ends up in the same toxic relationships, no matter how many times they try to start fresh? Or someone who is always struggling with money, no matter how hard they work? Or someone who always seems to attract betrayal, heartbreak, or misfortune? Again and again. This is not random. These are patterns, not accidents, tests, not punishments, and until they are confronted, they will keep appearing. Imagine a woman who keeps falling in love with emotionally unavailable partners. She tells herself, this time it's different, but soon enough, she finds herself in the same pain, in the same loneliness, repeating the same heartbreak. Why? Because it was never about them. It was about her. Somewhere inside, she holds a deep belief. I am not worthy of love. And until that belief is brought into the light, until she recognizes it, questions it, and rewrites it, life will continue to reflect it back at her. Jung explains this with startling clarity. What you resist persists. What you avoid within yourself does not disappear. It shapes your choices. It colors your reality. It follows you like a shadow. And life, ever patient, will continue to present you with the same situations, the same struggles, the same faces wearing different names, until you finally see the pattern. If synchronicities keep appearing, if the same lessons keep repeating, ask yourself, what keeps showing up in my life? A certain type of relationship, a recurring obstacle, a repeated sign. What emotion does it trigger in me? Fear, guilt, a sense of déjà vu. What belief do I hold that might be creating this experience? Because here's the truth. There is no coming to consciousness without pain, and that is why most people ignore the signs. Because waking up means taking responsibility. It means recognizing that the life you are living is not happening by accident. It means realizing that you are the common denominator in every pattern that repeats in your life. But here's the good news. If your unconscious mind has the power to create your reality, then awakening it gives you the power to change it. The moment you stop running from yourself, the moment you see the pattern, acknowledge it, and break it, you shift your fate. Synchronicities are not just signs. They are invitations, they are warnings, they are doorways. You can choose to ignore them, you can choose to repeat them, or you can choose to wake up. But if you are awake, how do you navigate these messages? How do you tell which signs to follow, and which are merely reflections of old wounds? In the next section, I will show you how to read the universe's messages and finally take control of your reality. Jung once said, your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. But most people never wake up. They walk through life blinded by logic, deaf to the whispers of the unseen. They search for answers in books, in mentors, in religions, everywhere except the one place that has held the truth all along, within themselves. Synchronicity is not just a mysterious occurrence. It is a mirror. It reflects what you refuse to acknowledge, what you have forgotten, what you are meant to become. So how do you decode the messages that life is sending you? How do you know when something is a sign and when it is just noise? The key is this. Synchronicity does not come from the outside. It is born from within. Your mind is not just perceiving reality, it is interacting with it. And when you begin to see the hidden patterns, you unlock something that most people will never understand. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. Every synchronicity is you meeting yourself. Have you ever had a dream that felt more real than waking life? A dream that clung to you long after you opened your eyes, as if it carried some deep hidden truth? That's because it did. Jung believed that dreams and synchronicities come from the same source, the unconscious mind. And just like dreams, synchronicities appear in symbols, in patterns, in moments that defy explanation. But here's the mistake most people make. They expect the universe to speak in clear, logical words. They want an obvious answer, a loud declaration. But the universe does not shout. It whispers, and if you are not paying attention, you will miss it. So the first step to decoding synchronicity is learning to recognize the whispers. Notice what repeats. If a number, a word, a symbol keeps appearing, it is not random. The world is mirroring something back to you. Pay attention to the precise moment it happens. If you see a repeating sign, ask yourself, what was I just thinking? What was I feeling? The timing is never accidental. Trust the pull. Some moments feel like déjà vu. Some moments strike you with a strange familiarity, as if you have lived them before. This is your unconscious telling you, this matters. Pay attention, because here's the truth. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, and synchronicity is showing you the path to that truth. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads in life, unsure which path to take. That night, you dream of walking through a dense forest, lost, until suddenly you find a lantern guiding your way. The next morning, as you step outside, you see a street performer juggling lanterns. Coincidence? Or is your unconscious telling you something? Jung believed that synchronicities and dreams work the same way. They speak in symbols, in archetypes, in the language of the soul. Here are some common ways the universe communicates. Numbers. Repeating numbers like 1111 or 333 often indicate alignment. Your mind and reality are synchronized. Jung himself was fascinated by numbers and their connection to meaning. Animals. Ever notice how certain animals seem to appear just when you need guidance? In many cultures, animals are seen as messengers of wisdom, appearing as signs in moments of transition. Songs and words. Have you ever been lost in thought when suddenly a song plays with lyrics that answer your exact question? Words overheard from a stranger, a phrase that keeps repeating. These are not accidents. Objects and symbols. A key found in an unusual place when you are looking for answers. A butterfly landing on your shoulder during a moment of deep reflection. The world speaks, but do you listen? Jung believed that each person's synchronicities are unique. Your signs will not look like mine. Your messages will be in the language only your soul understands. That is why no one can decode synchronicity for you. You must learn the language of your own unconscious, because the moment you do, he who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakes. But does the interaction with synchronicity can shape fate? Now here's the question that will change everything. If synchronicity is a reflection of the unconscious, does that mean you can influence it? If the world is mirroring your inner reality, does that mean your thoughts can shape fate itself? Jung believed that synchronicities intensify when you are on the verge of transformation. The more in alignment you are with your true path, the more signs appear. But when you resist your destiny, when you fight against your own truth, the signs stop. So if you feel lost, if you feel like the universe has gone silent, ask yourself, am I ignoring the call? Am I avoiding what I already know to be true? Because here's something most people don't realize. Synchronicity is not just a passive experience. You are not just a receiver of signs. You are also a creator. The state of your mind shapes the synchronicities you attract. If you are consumed by fear, you will see signs of warning. If you are aligned with your purpose, signs will appear as affirmations. If you doubt yourself, the universe will reflect that doubt back to you. Jung once said, "What you resist persists." The lesson? Synchronicity is not just about reading signs. It is about aligning with the life you were meant to live. The moment you stop resisting, the entire universe aligns, and the whispers turn into a song. So now tell me, how many signs have you ignored? How many times has the universe spoken to you only for you to dismiss it as just a coincidence? How often have you silenced your own intuition only to regret it later? Because here is the truth that will haunt you. The universe has been speaking to you your entire life. It has never stopped. But have you? Have you let logic drown out the whispers of fate? Have you let fear blind you to the patterns right in front of you? You are not lost. You were never lost. You have simply been asleep. And now, something is calling you to wake up. I want to hear your stories. Have you ever experienced synchronicity? An event so perfectly timed, it felt like the universe was speaking directly to you. Tell me your story in the comments. And if this video stirred something inside you, if it made you question, if it made you remember, like it, share it, and subscribe, because we are only just beginning. See you in the next one, if you're ready to hear what the universe has been trying to tell you. And remember, nothing is random. Take care.